Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. Jake of the OneManBand is back again. And yes, my friends, we're still talking about the Volume 4 soundtrack songs for RWBY. Now, after my analysis of the song Bumblebee, a lot of you people were demanding that I talk about its possible counterpart on the Volume 4 soundtrack, like Morning Follows Night. So here we are. I'm gonna be talking about the song and addressing all the issues that you guys have been asking me about and telling you what the song is actually trying to tell us. And the answer might surprise you, because I need to address something that I said in the Bumblebee review, the Bumblebee song review. I was wrong about one thing. Yes, sometimes I can be wrong about something. Sometimes it can happen. Because, you know, I said something without analyzing something first. And that thing is, Like Morning Follows Night is not a song about the Black Sun ship. The Black Sun ship is not the focus of this song. This song's focus is simply about the ideas of friendship and loyalty and standing by the people you care about, whether that be just as a friend or somebody that you actually love. This song also does a beautiful job at displaying just how good and just how determined of a friend Sun wants to be to Blake. I know that there are a lot of Sun haters out there, whether it be because he's getting in the way of Bumblebee, he's just an annoyance, or you think that he's a creepy stalker guy. And part of this video, I want to try to remedy your ideas of Sun, because really, analyzing this song and looking back at Sun's actions throughout the entirety of RWBY, my opinion of Sun has gone up, and I already loved Sun. Yet, before we can get into the nitty-gritty of the song, we need to go back into the show itself and discuss the relationship that Sun and Blake have had throughout the series, due to the fact that their relationship is the building blocks of this song. So, we're going to start this analysis by going way back to Volume 1, when Sun and Blake first met. That chance meeting at the Vale City docks where Sun ran by Blake and gave her a wink. Now, when Blake saw that, when Blake witnessed Sun just run by, she just seemed completely bemused, completely like stammered, didn't really know what to do. But the look on her face was like, what is this guy? I'm surprised. What's up with this guy? It was a mixture of confusion. I'm just trying to find the right words to describe it. Like, she wasn't like I won't say that she was completely smitten by Sun, but it was more like, look at what's up with this guy. He's kind of interesting. It was kind of like that. The reasons for this is because Sun is very much the anti-Blake. Here's a Faunus who is just out there, jumping around, making jokes, being loud, being funny, being, you know, wacky, and of course, being completely alright with embracing his Faunushood. Remember, up until this point, we did not know Blake was a Faunus. She had not conveyed that to us as the audience or her teammates. Sun was openingly displaying he was a Faunus and being completely alright with it. Blake was just like, oh, this guy, he's just openly showing himself as a Faunus and he loves who he is. All the time, she's still hiding the fact that she is a Faunus. And there's also one other big thing that happened during Volume 1. When Blake conveyed to her team that she was a Faunus and then ran away, Sun was the one who was there to comfort her, there to help her out. you gotta remember, he had arrived at Vale to, for the Vital Tournament. He was a student of one of the other combat schools. He had just arrived at Vale a little bit early. So he was already at Beacon Academy, probably, getting settled, finding his dorm, doing all that stuff, when, Blake runs out and looks at the statue, takes off her bow, and then we say, oh, kitty cat Faunus, and then he's there to comfort her. And then the following day, he is the one that Blake conveys all of her secrets and her past to. Now, the reasons why I believe that he is the one that she conveys all this information to is because he is a Faunus. It is due to this fact that Sun is a Faunus that I believe at the end of the day, Blake is going to have a closer connection to Sun than with anyone else that she considers a friend. Now, although Blake does grow closer to people as the show goes on, she, forms a very close relationship with Yang, especially after the Burning the Candle episode in Volume 2, where, she gives her that talk, hugs her and, comforts her because Blake has been going through all that stuff. So she definitely has a close relationship with Yang. She has a respect relationship with Weiss due to the fact that they come from opposite ends of a conflict between, the Schnee Dust Company and Faunus. And RWBY, she has a relationship with RWBY, a friendly relationship. They haven't really had much interaction with one another. And even though Blake may have, friendly relationships with other members and other people at Beacon, it's Sun that she seems to have the closest relationship to throughout the first 3 volumes. He's always been there for her. She talks to him. She goes on, when they try to gather information about, the White Fang and Roman Torchwick, she goes with Sun. And, of course, Sun was there for her at the very beginning. And again, Sun is a Faunus, so she feels more comfortable around Sun due to the fact that he is a Faunus. And you see, that is one of the big factors to why Blake has been alright with Sun coming along with her, why she's been alright with telling Sun all this stuff about her, is because he is a Faunus. She feels comfortable around other Faunus. And this is all due to her past and to how she was raised. We have to remember, Blake was the daughter of the former leader of the White Fang, the White Fang that at the time, way back then, was a peaceful organization trying to better Faunus relation with humans. So she was probably told at a very young age, hey, the humans don't treat us all that well, that's why we're doing this thing, so that we feel better. She was also raised on an island nation menagerie where it's only Faunus. So she probably heard a lot of Faunus in that area talking about, how terrible the humans are. And then she joined the violent White Fang Revolution, getting even more prejudice against humanity. During all this time, she has been taught and told that the humans are unjust, the humans can't be trusted, the humans are evil. And even though she kind of saw past all the negativity of Adam and his White Fang, she still holds some form of prejudice against humanity. We've seen this in Volume 1 when she talks about, the Schnee Dust Company and how they're, mistreating Faunus. She even goes as far as to defend the White Fang against Weiss's allegations, even though she knows that the White Fang are violent terrorists. And then in Volume 4, once she arrives back at Menagerie and she's sort of giving Sun the rundown of how Menagerie is, she still holds resentment against the humans because they put us on this island where there's barely any room, to do anything, so we're overcrowded. She just has this malice and this venom in her voice.
Well, would you try and take an entire species and put them on an island that's 2/3 desert? Yeah, it tends to be cramped.
Even though her relationship with humans has gotten better, it's still not fully remedied. And so she feels closer to Faunus because they share her plight. And the second most important point that I'm trying to make here that leads into Like Morning Follows Night. I know you guys are getting angry. Why are you talking so much about this stuff? Talk about the damn, talk about the damn song. This point, trust me, this is all very important. This point, this last point, is the most important point. Sun is the only one who ever went after Blake. We know Blake has run away from her problems multiple times. Who is the only one who has ever gone after her? Sun. When she ran away from home, ran away from her parents to join the White Fang, her parents didn't go after her. When she left the White Fang during the Black Trailer, we saw that the White Fang lieutenant was like, oh, don't worry, I'll find her, I swear it on my life. And Adam was just all like, don't bother. You know, Adam, the person who was Blake's mentor, you know, her friend, possibly even lover, wouldn't pause his precious revolution to go find his friend. He wouldn't. And then when Blake ran away in Volume 1 after, telling her team that she was a Faunus, her team didn't start looking for her until the morning after. Sun, on the other hand, was right there when she started to run away. And then at the end of Volume 3, when Blake ran away for a second time, her team didn't look for her at all. They didn't even try. Yang was in no condition to look, but she could have started looking after she got a little better. Weiss was immediately taken away to Atlas, so she couldn't, but Ruby could have looked. Ruby could have looked for Blake, but she didn't. Sun was probably taken away back to Haven Academy, but did his best to get back to Vale, possibly to see if Blake was alright, and only then caught up to Blake once she was on the boat. Sun is the only person who has ever went after Blake after she has run away. And you see, that's what I think is so key. Blake has always wanted someone to come after her. She's wanted someone to care enough to come after her when she runs away. I think she was half expecting Adam to come after her, you know, after she left the White Fang. He would possibly see the error of his ways and then come after her and confide that to her. I think she was expecting that. I think that when she, you know, left Team RWBY for the second time at the end of Volume 3, she was half expecting them to come find her afterwards, and everything would be okay. You know, she'd apologize, they'd forgive her. That's why she stuck around Vale for so long, and only got on a transport boat at the beginning of Volume 4. But when no one came, she had no choice but to just continue to run. And you see, it's the fact that Sun has been the only one who has ever come after her, which leads into the key points of Like Morning Follows Night. Now, I'm not gonna go through every single, you know, line, every single, you know, piece of dialogue from the song. I'm going to give you the overview of the song in general. And, you know, addressing a few key points here and there. So, this song is a duet between Blake and Sun. And, you know, we can confirm that due to the fact that this song is played during Blake and Sun's fight against the water dragon Grimm. Now, most of the parts of the song that are told from Blake's perspective are talking about how, oh, I regret my past, I've had a troubled past, I wish I could change my past, no one understands me, no one can, you know, understand what I'm going through right now. And to be honest, what I'm getting from Blake's side of the story is just this self-loathing pissy party, to be honest. Like, she's acting like that emo teenager that I don't like. She's just like, no one understands my suffering, no one can help me, I regret my past so much. But you see, the saving grace of this song is the Sun parts, because Sun is there and just saying, hey, no, we can't change the past, but that's okay because the future's gonna look brighter. Even though you're, you're feeling down, I'm here for you. If you don't think I understand you, then why don't you just talk to me? Why don't, I'm here for you. That's essentially what Sun's parts on the song are. And of course, there's the big part of the song where Blake says, I won't endanger one more friend. She says stuff along those lines. But you see, Sun makes the rebuttal with, yeah, you've made your choice. You made that choice. But you cannot make my choices for me. And my choice is that I'm going to be there to help you no matter what. And then there's the rap in the middle of the song, the Lamar Hill rap, which is again told from Sun's perspective. And it's talking about how, Sun, it's from Sun's perspective. He's saying how much I care about you, Blake, how much I want to see you, get better. I'm here for you. I'm here to comfort you. I'm here to help you. And then it's just falling on deaf ears with Blake because she doesn't recognize what Sun is trying to do because no one else in the past has ever done it for her. And you see, this is why the relationship between Sun and Blake is so important. Understanding their relationship is so important to understanding this song. You need to see that throughout the show, throughout all the volumes, and then throughout this song. Sun has always been there for Blake in her most dire of needs. He's always been there for her when she needed to talk, when she needed a friend, when she needed, a fondest compatriot. He was always there. But now, at this point in Volume 4, she's just shutting everyone out. Even the person that she had the best relationship with back in the first 3 volumes. And that shows a lot about Blake. How much she just seems to have changed. How much she, is just, not key to just talking to anyone now. She wants to go it alone because she doesn't want anyone to get hurt. She even says that in the song. She's pretty much going it alone so no one else will get hurt by her actions. But you see, Sun rebuttals with, it's because you're shutting us out. Not just Sun, but everyone, all of her friends. Because she's shutting them out, that is what is hurting them the most. She thinks she's being selfless with cutting herself out of their lives, because then they won't get hurt because of her. But it's because of her cutting herself out of their lives that she's hurting them more. Emotional, mental pain is way more. It hurts a lot more than anything physically that can happen to a person. Trust me, I know. So this song is very much a summary to show you what the relationship between Blake and Sun is like. It's one of friendship, it's one of loyalty, and even though Sun may have some romantic feelings towards Blake, and possibly Blake having some romantic feelings towards him, that is not the important part of their friendship. It is not the important part of their relationship as two people. Their relationship as two people is around friendship, is around loyalty, is around, being there for each other, no matter what. So no matter how many times Blake is going to shoot Sun down, no matter how many times Blake is going to push Sun away, he's always going to be there. What Blake doesn't really realize is that she actually needs someone there to be for her. She needs someone to be there for her and to help her throughout these troubling times. She thinks she can go it alone. Anyone who thinks they can go through life alone is just stupid and a fool. You cannot go through life alone. Life is too difficult for that. You need friends. You need family. You need, people who love you. Sun is very much the exact opposite of Blake. Where Blake runs away, Sun follows. When Blake quits, Sun keeps going. And as Blake is night, Sun is the morning. And morning follows night. Hey everybody out there, thanks for watching this video. I know that a lot of you are probably mad that I concentrated too long about their Sun and Blake's relationship, but those were key parts. Those were key parts to what I was trying to get across. And if I just cut that out, I'd be talking about a bunch of stuff and you guys wouldn't understand what I was saying. So anyway, my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and favorite if you had. Subscribe, of course, if you feel inclined to. And I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. Be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward. Check out links in the description taking you to many places. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. I'll see you then.